What's up, guys? We're Happy Hour Homicide, and you're watching Concert Junkies with Rob and John. If you're new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll get all the latest info on content from the channel.
Alrighty, so we got some questions here we're going to answer for you guys. Start off, question 1, where did we all meet? So, I don't know. Pat, Keith, you guys want to take that?
Well, Keith and I go back to high school. That's physically meeting each other. We didn't get along too well, but we rekindled, 2006 or so?
Yeah, it was 2005 we rekindled.
Started jamming in a prior band.
Don't Cauldron.
Yeah.
Steve and I met in Recovery Point here in Bluefield. We did a program together, and we built a pretty strong bond through that. And we both had music in common. This is where it's brought us to. Next question, bud.
And I met you through music as well,
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah, Keith and I go back to 04, 05.
Yeah, he enlightened me to that. I wasn't even aware of it. I remember talking to you on Facebook right before you come to the tattoo shop, and
Yeah.
that's how I remember you most is through that.
Joey asked me if I wanted to audition to be a vocalist in the band he was in. And then I come over to the house and met these two guys, so that's how we all met.
Perfect fit.
Yeah, everything clicked together after that. Here we are. Steve, we'll take the next question.
Who influenced you to play?
I guess I'll take this one. Jack Suter actually taught me how to play guitar. He used to come around my house when I was a kid and play everything. And one day I watched him play the Munsters theme song, and that got me into playing guitar.
He taught me how to play it down on the river that day we went camping.
Right?
He also does repair work on your gear too, right?
Yeah, he's also my guitar tech.
Right. Me, as far as music goes, I've wanted to play music since I've heard music, but it's kind of like a split. Half will be attributed to my cousin AJ that you work with. He had gotten a bass because his brother's a phenomenal guitar player, and watching him struggle with the bass line for Inagata DeVita by Iron Butterfly, I picked it up and learned how to play it in just a few seconds. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna get a bass. And the second half of that was I tried to take a guitar class in junior high, and no one had bass. And Boog, Derek Myers, carried his bass to school every day, so I would have a bass to play, so I could take the class. So without that, I don't think I'd have made it too far, because I was in class with Stephen Croy, Boog, John Fralick, like
I was in the
some
same guitar class with
some
Boog.
great names for not knowing how to play guitar, being around those guys.
I mean, for me, it was honestly, it was a local band that I got drugged to. I got drugged to a show I didn't even want to go to. I didn't go to show. I didn't do anything back then with that. And it was Blitzkid. And I went to Hamptons here in Bluefield to see them. Snuck in underage, as you do. And just seeing the energy that they brought and just the way the crowd was vibing with them, and just seeing, like, discovering the scene. I mean, it made me want to do that. I knew right then, this is what I'm going to do with the rest of my life.
I've always loved music. I'm not really sure. When I was 16 or so, I come across the bass and tried to start playing it. And learned the basic rudiments of a string instrument, and then kind of got carried off into other things after that. And then started doing vocals whenever I was about 23, and picked up guitar later on in life. I've just always been drawn to music, so to be able to create it's just another joy of mine.
Being able to carry that vocal instrument around is a lot nicer than having to
yeah.
come to the practice room to play my drums.
Right? Alright, I'll take the next question. What would you take with you on tour?
How broad is that? I mean, is it one thing? Is this an essentials list or something? For me, I gotta have my headphones, because when I'm done socializing and done peopling, I'm done.
Right?
So
Personal space matters.
Active noise canceling headphones. Yeah. I can pretend that I'm the only person in existence and keep my mind happy. Other than that, game controllers so I can retro game on my phone.
Right?
Nice.
That's just for downtime, I should be working any other time.
Me, I gotta have a drawing pad, something I can draw with, maybe a couple books to read,
That too.
something like that.
I've got to have my flat pillow. I cannot sleep on hotel pillows. I've got to have my flat pillow.
See, now I've got to bring a fan. You're making my
No,
list
I
bigger,
gotta
bro.
this big.
Got to have a flat pillow, and I've got to have like a little laptop or something to watch movies on, some
Right.
headphones just to relax afterwards.
What about you?
Oh, for me, I don't have to have a whole lot. Probably just access the Facebook Marketplace. Kind of a junkie whenever it comes to that, especially going to other towns or cities. I want to see what kind of deal I can get if there's anything, because you never know what you're going to run across. And
Gotta watch out for them LS parts, bro.
yeah.
We all got LSs, so we gotta deal with it.
Doesn't matter what your make is, Chevy, Jeep, Ford, throw an LS in.
Exactly. That's their model. Throw an LS in it.
Yeah.
If you didn't play music, you wasn't trying to do this for the bacon. I'd be into art still, tattooing, painting, something like. It's not to say that I'm lazy and I won't physically work, but if you're gonna give me a choice, yeah, I'd rather use my brain and some artsiness to make money. Tattooing's always viable.
I feel you there. That's all I do, period.
Right.
Father of 3, tattoo. That's what I'd be doing if I wasn't playing music. 'Cause I do it now.
I could see you.
I'd still be playing metal.
I could see you flipping eBay collectibles. You're pretty
Yeah.
good at that.
I can flip some eBay stuff,
Right.
like some toys.
Like obscure things is like, you really made that much money off of that? You found that one guy that had to have it.
Right?
For me, I'd probably be doing the same thing that I do now. I don't try to just solely focus all my time on music. Obviously, there's work. I enjoy the different types of work that I'm able to do, and building cars and drawing. I do tattoos. There's all like, I'm pretty well rounded in the aspect of being able to enjoy more than one singular thing. So, kind of do what I like to do all the time, anyways.
I mean, for me, like, I'm already taking some classes for my career. I probably like delve myself further into that. Try to like take on extra stuff. Tattooing, trying to learn some more about that. Put some time in there. It's a good hobby to have. I enjoy learning about it.
We may have a small skin on team here.
Maybe. Collecting toys. Toys, definitely. I think that's something we all do.
Yeah, we all do
Toys
that.
and comic books.
Mhm.
Toys and comic
We're
books.
just a bunch of nerds who play instruments. That's
Really?
what it comes
Right.
down to. So, yeah. All right, question. Oh, here we go. Favorite venue to play and why?
My favorite venue I've played is the Embassy in Columbia, Maryland, Cumberland, Maryland, and I don't know, it was the first venue I ever played, so I've always remembered it. It's really the only reason it's my favorite.
First venue stick with you because mine's also a first venue. Back in the Bone Cauldron days, for a considerable amount of time, the male band Keith and I were in Bone Cauldron. We were basically the weekend house band, security, bartenders, like just whatever the
I
place
work the
needed.
door all the time.
And, it definitely was a do it for the love of the situation because
But it don't exist anymore.
we didn't make anything. And, that business burnt down. And she couldn't manage it, I don't guess, or she chose to do something more profitable with the time. But that's gonna be my favorite just because it got me over. I never played in front of people before, like I had, but I was playing trombone and choir in school. It's a little bit different than drumming in a metal band.
My answer's kind of it's gonna hit home to somebody in this room. Favorite venue that I've ever played was Horror Fest with LDR and old Mr. Joey over here. When I played in VID, we opened up Horror Fest, and it was It was a big, big wake up. That was the first time I ever got like nervous on stage.
Actually, you guys, 2007, you guys, hands down, was the best band that night. With the coffins being carried out and hosing the crowd down with blood and just all the theatrics you put into it. Like, you guys went 110% that night.
It was fun.
Show.
It was fun.
My favorite venue is the Rock Shop in Fayetteville, North Carolina. It's kind of like a home away from home, North Carolina. My background is in horror punk, so you know we got some friends down there. We're always playing down there. Other bands I've worked with and been in, and just the hospitality that the venues offered us has always been amazing.
Where you feel like they want you to play there.
Yeah.
What was your first concert?
Kiss and Ted Nugent. Ted Nugent blew Kiss way off the stage, bro. He took that bow and arrow and pulled it back and shot that guitar. It was just the coolest thing I ever seen in my life.
Guaranteed it was on fire.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Ted Nugent blew that stage off the water, and I never actually until that night I did not realize Skid Row is as heavy as they actually are.
Yeah.
Like I always put hair metal down except Motley Crue, of course, but Skid Row was heavy. Like it was
Nice.
and that's what got me into metal, really.
Right.
Where I was like 12. It was awesome. My mom was a metalhead though. It helped.
It does.
No, yours definitely has a lot more polish than mine. Actually, mine pales in comparison to yours. Even though I don't really care for Kiss, they're just.
Oh, Kiss
Mega-
wasn't
mega
nothing.
market.
Ted Nugent was he was.
Well, I only dig 2 of his songs, but still, either way.
It was
I went
one of
to-
the many farewell Kiss tours. One of
spent-
the many.
I spent the summer in Newport News when I was 14. My grandfather was in one of the military retirement homes in D.C. and I went to stay with some family down there, and it was just a summer event for me. And I got to catch Electric Light Orchestra on the James River on the 4th of July. That was the first real live show that I'd ever seen. And I mean, yeah, it's just ELO, but it was a great show for real. Yeah, God, I wish that was more metal. I mean, Electric Light Orchestra. Yeah, never mind.
My first one was Warped Tour in Pittsburgh, 2002. First time, I didn't know what a circle pit was. I found out the hard way.
Right.
Lars Frederiksen from Rancid, they lean out, and he's like, I want to see all you bleep do this. And I was like, looked around, and I just realized this is probably where it ends. I was a little guy then, so.
I thought we were making slushies.
Yeah, that was an intense show. That was an experience.
My first concert was Rob Zombie, Godsmack, and Shinedown. Shinedown just started coming on the scene, really. They were opening. And then Rob Zombie came on. I didn't get to see
I wish I
Godsmack.
could have seen Rob Zombie.
Yeah, I didn't get to see Godsmack. Whenever they were coming on, I was getting kicked out from the end of Rob Zombie's, performance. Had a brain fart there. For reasons I won't disclose, but, I got kicked out of my first concert. It was
Bad
pretty
boy
fun.
persona.
What was the first CD that you bought? Mine would have to be Metallica and Justice for All. Eye of the Beholder that was my jam.
See, right at the time that I finally scored my first CD player, it was the only time in my life that I had a mild censorship for music from my mom. And it was due to the Metallica 1 video where it had all the World War II footage, and yeah, it freaked her out. So she definitely didn't want me going anywhere near that, and blah blah blah. And it took a long time for me to break that. She went to the pawn shop and bought me a CD player and ZZ Top Afterburner, and I had $5 of my own put up. We went back, and they had the Nintendo case floor to ceiling full of CDs, and I spent the next hour in there persuading her the reasons that she should allow me to get the Beavis and Butthead experience, because I was nowhere near allowed watching that kind of filth. You know?
Wasn't Manson on that album?
No.
I thought
Not
he
the
was.
Beavis and Butthead Experience. He may have been on Do America, the movie, but the Beavis and Butthead Experience was a compilation that was based around just a TV show.
I think I had that one.
Started. It had Nirvana, Hate Myself and Want to Die. Had
Anthrax.
Anthrax was on it. Now that I'm trying to think about
It's a
it,
good first CD.
come to Butthead's on there. Run DMC's on there. Let's see, I'm racking my brain trying to remember. Rancid's on there. It's a good disc.
My first one was nowhere near as cool as either of those two. It was Aerosmith, Get a Grip. Yeah.
Been cooler if it was
Still-
Toys in the Attic.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. I hadn't heard a lot of rock music growing up. My dad listened to country, and that's really all I heard. And this girl he was dating, for Christmas, she got me Aerosmith, Get a Grip. And I listened to it, and
You got the one with the cow udders on
it
there?
is.
Okay.
It is. But I mean, when you're like 12,
that was edgy.
yeah, it was phenomenal. And I went straight from Aerosmith to the Black Album. It was a big jump.
Oh, absolutely.
Good jump.
Yeah.
Good jump.
Well, I mean, there's the type of people that dip their toes in and see how cold the water is, and there's people who jump in.
Yeah.
My first album that I bought, I grew up, my mom listened to country, and when I seen my dad, he listened to old rock and roll and stuff, so mainly I just listened to country because that's what my mom had and listened to. I was watching MTV and seen System of a Down's Chop Suey on there. The videos what sold it for me. I went and got Toxicity like the next week because I'd saved up my allowance to get it. I seen all the people were running around moshing and everything, and I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. And then my mom didn't even hear that stuff or listen to it, so when I came, my stepdad took me to go get it. On the way home, we put it in. He's like, yeah, we're going to let you listen to that at the house. So then I get to the house and get in my room, put it in the CD player, and I hear, what is that stuff? You let him get that? And it was basically on from there.
I got the same thing with Manson when I bought Manson.
Yeah,
My mom was like, oh no Manson. And then I started into Cannibal Corpse and she really went crazy. My music just went heavier and heavier and heavier.
I tricked my mom. I just went ahead and got the Manson and let her come in the room while I was playing it and talk to her for about 10 minutes and be like, yeah, by the way, this is Manson. It's not that big a deal.
What
'Cause she was into
bands
Cooper,
would you
yeah.
want to play with?
That's a long list. But
Very long.
Yes.
just from what I'm seeing going on right now, like, it's not really my hardcore forte as far as genre goes, but I'd like to get together with Knock Loose because it'd be great exposure because their fan base is just, they're genuine and they're loyal, and I've never seen any kind of footage from their shows that the audience is what I would consider
Hardcore.
Standoffish.
I'm trying not to use like trope words like scene or fake or anything like that because, you know, what's real, but it just seems like really genuine and that it would be, you know, a very positive thing for us.
I think mine is definitely, there's a lot of bands I want to play with, but Butcher Babies, it's just, yeah.
Right?
I got no explanation.
None needed.
I got a lot of bands I'd like to play with too, but I'd say two of my bigger ones on the list are probably Mice and Men and Motionless and White.
It's very good ones.
Keith's book.
Yeah, you take them pages from my book there was Motionless and White. But for a local band that's coming up very, very well, I'd love to play with Dying Oath because them guys are brutal.
Definitely.
That would be a killer show.
Sure.
As brutal as they are and as brutal as we are, that'd be a killer show.
Brutals was zeros instead of O's.
Yep.
All right, Mandy, if you're watching, you heard that.
Oh, we
Happy
want to play.
Homicide. We're down. Let's do it.
See, as far as what we're into and what people can be looking forward to next from H3, we're going to be doing a video for our next single off the Hollow Point Epiphany EP. We're going to drop it shortly before the release of the EP itself in, end of May?
Yeah. All right, guys. So follow our social media links, facebook.com/HHWV. You can catch us on Bandcamp at hhwv.bandcamp.com. And we just launched a new merch store. We have hoodies, shirts, masks, buttons, stickers, all the swag you need.
If it's cloth, we can print it.
Yes.
Before you get off
Or
Facebook,
cups.
go ahead and jump over to the LDR page and subscribe.
Yeah,
Oh,
the LDR YouTube channel, please do. We're trying to build that up. The
The
merch
more
store.
subscribers, the more everything's gonna come.
Oh yeah. The merch store is livingdeadrecordings.bigcartel.com. And make sure you guys keep following Rob and John, Concert Junkies, because they're going to be putting out some good interviews with some bands.
Absolutely.
So definitely subscribe, hit the bell, it's in the corner. You know what to do.
Deuces.